Alma 46 and 47 tells the story of how a wicked man named Amalickiah rose to power through lying, treachery, and murder. His goal was to become the king. He tried to do that among the Nephites, but they were like, no way. They were in good hands with Captain Moroni leading the Nephite armies, and it wasn't long before Amalickiah was chased out of the land. He escaped and went straight to the king of the Lamanites. He was very good at smooth talking and ended up convincing the king to make him the leader of half of the Lamanite army, so that he could go and capture the other half who were hiding out in the land of Oneida because they refused to go to war with the Nephites. The king agreed, and Amalickiah took control of the army. Amalickiah set up camp at the base of Mount Antipas, where the dissenting army led by a man named Lamanites was hiding out. For several days he tried to get Lamanites to come down from the mountain. 3 separate times he sent a letter asking him to come down, and all 3 times Lamanites said no. Finally, Amalickiah said, okay, fine, I'll come up the mountain. I won't bring my guards or weapons, we'll just talk because I have a plan. Lamanites finally agreed. Amalickiah told him his plan. He said, you and your army need to come down in the middle of the night and surround my troops. When they wake up, they will see that they are surrounded, and then they will surrender. You will have the entire army under your command. All I ask is that you make me second in command. Lamanites couldn't resist the offer. They surrounded Amalickiah's armies, and everything happened just like he had planned. Lamanites took control over the whole army, and Amalickiah became the second in command. But of course, that wasn't good enough for Amalickiah. Slowly but surely, he started administering poison to Lamanites. It wasn't long before the captain of the Lamanite army was dead. With Amalickiah being the second in command, it fell to him to take control over the whole army. Now, with the army finally under his control, he began his march back to the king to show him that he had accomplished what he had been asked to do: unite the armies once again. The king was happy to see Amalickiah's success. Amalickiah and a handful of his servants approached the king privately to tell him about what they had done. Before the king knew it, one of Amalickiah's servants pulled out a dagger and stabbed him in the heart. He died, and Amalickiah and his servants framed the king's servants for the murder. With the death of the king and Amalickiah being in control of the whole Lamanite army, he was finally able to accomplish his goal, to become the king. He married the queen of the Lamanites and immediately began preparing his people for one of the biggest wars that the Nephites and Lamanites ever experienced.